this can really be as challenging as you want to. For 2 minutes, you should be able to go as hard as you can. So try to go all out if you can. If you need to pace yourself a little bit, pace yourself just a little bit too. But we want to try to go all out in that 2 minutes and 3 minutes, because each little AMRAP is kind of different than the others. So to start, I'm going to move through. Give me 1 second. Let me pin this up. Okay, so I'm going to move through the movements right now on that first one, and then we'll get into it from there. Let me crank this up. Perfect. So first 2 minute set, you're going to be alternating between 2 exercises. All the first 3 AMRAPs only have 2 exercises. So the first one is going to be a burpee. You're pushing yourself down to the ground, back up. The only difference that we're trying to do is a tuck jump instead of a normal jump. 2 options for you on that one. So the tuck jump can be really challenging. If you have knee, ankle, hip issues, just come into that normal jump. Just give me a normal burpee. Or if you find yourself slamming your feet into the ground, instead of the tuck jump, just come into a little higher jump than normal. So we'll go 4 of those, then down to the ground, into a mountain climber. Butt stays pretty stable the whole time. We're not bouncing up and down. So we're just gonna scoot back and forth between those, as many as you can, in 2 minutes. 2 minutes sounds really short, but it gets pretty tricky too. AMRAP number 2, just push-ups and sit-ups. We'll warm you up in a touch. I want those elbows pretty close to the body. And then you're just flipping around. Make that transition as quick as you can to get into the sit-ups. So I have 8 push-ups, 8 sit-ups written. What we're gonna do is you're essentially just gonna do 1 set of push-ups each time. So if you can do 4 on your toes at a time, that's great. If you can do 6 on your knees at a time, that's great. We'll stick with that. I'll explain that just a little further too. Then the last AMRAP, you're gonna move into a reverse burpee. We've done these once or twice before, but you're rolling yourself back and then coming into that jump. So you're essentially coming down to your back and then getting up as quickly as you can. So you see I can use my arm just a little bit if I want to. Throw your feet forward. It's a tricky movement, so we'll give you a few options with that one too. But you can really use your arms if you need to. The second motion is going to be just a quick lunge jump in place. You're doing 4 each leg. So once we finish those 3 up, I'm going to go through the 12-minute AMRAP about what we're going to do there, explain all those movements, and then we'll get you guys going. So start on off, we're going to get you warmed up. So right when we get into it, we're going to do these pretty consistently back to back. No weight or anything is needed to start. You just might want to match for those reverse burpees. So start yourself out in a nice, easy, wide reach for me. Consistent, open, open, open out wide at that chest. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Nice, easy lunge out in place. Take your time with these babies. Chest is up nice and tall. If we're doing the lunge jumps later down the road, and once again, if you want to take the jump out of it and just give me normal lunges, that's perfectly fine too. So same thing. If those burpees, if you're in a position where you're just going to walk your feet in and out, take the tuck jump out of it, just do a normal burpee. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Right out in place. Nice, easy little calf jumps. We do have a few double unders down the road. Take them into just a normal calf raise if you want to. But simple little jump right out in place. Not trying to go too wild right here, but like I said, those are going to be pretty intense each time, and we want to try to really ramp you up and get you ready to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down into a full air squat for me, so arms out in front. Just trying to get down as deep as you can. Sit down at the bottom if you want to open up those hips a little bit more. 2, maybe externally rotate those feet even a little bit too. Perfectly fine. We are going to spend a little bit more time opening up those hips in just a bit too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Gonna come first, just standing in place, external rotation through those hips for me. Slow, controlled, and steady. When I did this workout, my legs kind of cashed out on me pretty quickly. I don't know if I was quite warmed up enough, so we want to really try to get you ready to roll for this. 10 seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Up in place once again, just pulling that ankle in, up as high as you can. When you pull that ankle, don't try to pull them across the body. We just want to try to stretch through the outside of that hip as much as we can. Not this quick little herky-jerky motion, but just a consistent little pull through that range of motion. Going to be helpful. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Right out in place, we're going to come in just a few squat jumps. Soft landing for me each time, too. Take your time with these babies. We're going to move into tuck jumps right up after this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. So I think most of you have probably done tuck jumps before, but we're right in place. To start, I want you to just come, knee tuck, land into a little bit of a squat. A lot of times when we start doing these quickly, we have a tendency to slam our feet in the ground. I want you to go nice and soft right here. So don't worry about getting those knees crazy high to start. Right there is fun. Right there is fine. We'll go about 20 seconds of these. Get them started right now. If these aren't working out for you and you can really hear or feel a lot of stamping down on the ground, I'm going to suggest do the normal burpee instead. And then instead of that tuck jump, just try to give me a little bit more height on that burpee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Right out in place. Little speed skater, left to right. Don't really have any lateral motion right here, but I still want to loosen up and get those hips ready to rock and roll to start. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Okay, we're going to come down, get moving pretty quickly then from here. We're going to move out into an inchworm. So I want you to just walk yourself out. 1 push-up down. Walk yourself back in. Go. Taking your time with these babies too, starting to think about for that second AMRAP, maybe how many push-ups am I going to shoot for each round. Remember, we're only going to do 1 set of them each time. So the first AMRAP, as you guys just continue to warm those shoulders up a bit, is going to be that burpee with the tuck jump, 4 of them, and then 20 mountain climbers. Let's go 10 more seconds here, and we'll keep you down on the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So right out in place, I just want you to move through 20 mountain climbers. Start at a nice, easy pace, 10 each leg. 3, 2, 1. Go. Big key here. My butt's not up into the air. My butt's not bouncing with each time. And there's not a lot of weight on that front foot either. It really just kind of taps the ground. When you finish 20, just relax. Hang right there on the ground. If you're not done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax, don't matter. Just pop on down to the ground. So we're going to come into just 1 set of push-ups. What I just want to see to start, 1 push-up down, shoulder tap, 1, push-up down, shoulder tap, each side. Do these on your knees if you need to, that's perfectly fine. 3, 2, 1, go. Pop about 20 seconds of these. Controlled, take your time with them. Core is nice and tight too, just sticking steady with them. Gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, you guys can stand them on back up. So what we're gonna be doing right now, I'm gonna take you through just 2 quick sets. So to start, we're gonna do 4 of the burpees with the tuck jump and 20 mountain climbers. So I just want you to get a feel down, in, quick tuck, down, in, quick tuck jump, back down. And then after you finish the fourth one, down into 20 mountain climbers. Take this set probably at about 60, 70% speed. I just want you to feel what it's gonna feel like once you actually start that set. So 4 of the burpees with the tuck jumps or that higher jump. If you're gonna do it, 20 mountain climbers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Not worrying too much about speed on this baby, just getting used to the movements and getting ready to go with them. So once you finish those, you guys can just stand on up. And then hang on out just a bit. We'll get you cranking in just a touch too. We're gonna go through one quick test of the reverse burpees, and then we'll get you ready to rock. Okay, as y'all finish those up, we're gonna work on this reverse burpee, and then we're gonna hit the lunges too. So with that reverse burpee, you got a few options. This is the third AMRAP. I have 4 of them programmed. If you are spending a lot of time down the ground and your reverse burpee looks a little bit more like this, and you just need to take a little bit more time getting up, only do 2 of them. I'll remind you of that once we get to it, so don't worry about remembering that. But I just want you to practice them and think about how many you're gonna do right now. So 2 key components, rolling yourself back. Don't just flop down to the ground, but you're rolling back. Use some power from your legs to help push yourself forward. Jump yourself back up. So let's practice just 4 of those. Take your time with them. Just rolling yourself back nice and easy. Throw those feet forward. Use your hands to help get you up. So working on 4 of those and just trying to feel how they work for you. If people are a little bit more flexible through the hips, this is generally a little bit easier for them to do without their hands. I would challenge you to try to use your arms and hands as little as possible on these babies. Good, Kenna, good. So if you're a little bit more skilled in these two, you guys can see Kenna kind of crosses her feet sometimes too. I'm not really sure why, but that kind of helps me get a little bit more balance in it, but do what works for you. Plan is to have 1 minute rest in between each AMRAP. We'll probably go a little bit longer than that just to transition, but they are all pretty different movements. So the first one, heart rate's gonna be up. Second one is gonna be that push up and sit up. So the muscles are gonna be worked a lot more and you're gonna be able to maybe catch your breath a little bit. So right now what I just want you to do, catch some water, get yourself ready to rock and roll. We're gonna start that 2 minute AMRAP in just a little bit. So once we start this portion of it, we're gonna go through all these 3 AMRAPs pretty decently quickly, back to back. Minimal rest in between, max or minimum of 1 minute, max probably about 1.5 minutes, but I'll keep you on track with each of them and with each of those movements. So ready yourself up. 4 burpees with the tuck jump, 20 mountain climbers. Like I said, these short ones are meant to just go all out on, but if you start to maybe think like you need to pace yourself out of the gate, get a feel for the movement, that's perfectly fine. But we're gonna start off with this baby first. 4 burpees, 20 mountain climbers. Start them out in 5. You guys got 2 minutes of work. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Quick burpee, quick little tuck jump too. Don't worry a crazy amount about getting those knees up too high on the tuck jump. Just trying to go quick. We don't want this crazy hunched over tuck jump, but you don't need to get to full extension. I'll keep you up to date on that time too, since it's a pretty quick one. Sticking steady with them, sticking steady with them. On that 4th tuck jump, get right down into those mountain climbers and stick strong with that body. Don't let those hips come up. Once you finish the 20 mountain climbers, you can drop right down into that burpee each time. Soft landing on those feet. If you start to feel yourself pounding the ground on the tuck jumps, as you get a little bit more tired, alter it. Don't worry about changing it into a jump. Just switch to what you need to. Walk your feet back if you need to too. Guys are halfway through right now, halfway through already. So keep moving, fight, fight, fight as much as you can to keep those transitions quick as you can too. Trying to get right into those mountain climbers, right into those burpees. I know this one's rough, but get your feet back, get those mountain climbers cranking. Good grind, guys, good grind. Keep at them, keep at them. Got about 35 seconds left, 35 left. Feet out wide on that burpee each time. Boom, quick little tuck. Push as much as you can with those arms as those legs get tired. Guys, we're almost done. We got 15 seconds left on this one. I don't know what the hand motion was, but don't worry about them. Almost done, almost done. Get through whatever set you're on. We got 10 seconds left. Hard as you can on these babies. We're moving to the push-ups and sit-ups next. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good work, y'all. Catch your rest, catch your rest. So next up, we're moving into the push-up and sit-up. So as you breathe right now, watch me, because we are going to move through this one pretty quickly. On the push-ups, once I finish my last rep, boom, 8, roll right over into that sit-up. Try to just keep cranking them. So if you really get to the point where you can only do 6 in a row or 4 in one set, that's fine. If you're on your toes, either drop down to your knees and hit the 8 or just stop at 6. So we're only going to do 1 set of push-ups every single time. So if you stop at 6 right there. If that makes sense, I think it should. But 1 set, this one's going to be 3 minutes. We're still trying to flip back and forth as much as you can. Going to start in about 30 seconds on this one. Push-ups are first. Push-ups are first. If you start with 8 and you get to 6, that's perfectly fine. Keeping those elbows pretty in tight. We want them at about a 45-degree angle, not too wide out to the side. Push-ups are going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You guys got 2 or 3 full minutes, 3 full minutes. Thinking too about your strength. If those push-ups are going to start to get really challenging, feel free to drop down to the knees. If you end up getting to the point where you're on your toes and you're only doing like 2 or 4 push-ups at a time, drop down to the knees. So we want to try to do at least 4 to 8 push-ups each round, 4 to 8 each round. We're already 30 seconds into this. Make that transition quick too. I didn't talk too much about the sit-ups. Boom, tap that ground back behind you, just coming into that full sit-up position. Really still activate through that core each time. We're not just throwing those hips down to the ground. Trying to get through as much as you can into this baby. 1 minute done, 1 minute done. You can always start to maybe take just a half second. Well, half a second is really precise, but 1 or 2 more seconds on that transition if you need to give those arms just a little bit more of a break. But those sit-ups will give the arms a break because generally push-ups are going to be a little bit tougher. Sit-ups you can easily adjust to too. So if you get to the point where you're taking way too long to do the sit-ups and you need a rest in between each rep, just drop to 6, drop to 5, whatever you need to. But we're trying to just do 1 set of push-ups, 1 set of sit-ups. Keep them cranking left and right. Still giving me a nice strong push-up each time too. Back is nice and flat the whole time. You're coming all the way down 90 degrees, just a little bit past 90 degrees in those elbows with each drive. You guys are up 2 minutes done, 2 minutes done. Almost done, almost done, almost done. Pushing through for just 1 more minute. Try to just keep it onto that same pace that you're at right here. Y'all are doing well, doing well. Keep them coming, keep them coming. Fight through those push-ups. Think about how many rounds you get through. If you crank through 8 rounds in this 3 minutes and you've done 8 push-ups each time, that means you're up at 64 already in just 3 minutes. Same thing with the sit-ups. Pushing them on through. We got 20 seconds left, 20 seconds left. Finish strong on this last baby. Legs are getting a break right here, so we're gonna push them pretty hard on that next one. Keep at them, Kenna. Finish that last round. Finish that last round. Make it back into those push-ups one more time, Abby, too. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good last push-up, Thea. Good last push-up, Peggy, too. Great job, y'all. Great job. So take your time right to here. Take those arms on out a little bit. We don't have any more horizontal pressing, so they will get a little bit of a breather down the road. We're coming back into one more 2-minute AMRAP. So our key component here, and this one really kind of gassed my hamstrings pretty quickly, surprisingly. Rolling backward. We want to keep these moving quickly each time. So if you can come up slowly without your hands, we don't want that. Use those hands for a little bit of a balance and guidance to help get yourself up a little bit more quickly, because we want to try to move through these decently quickly. Like I said, if you're at a point where you need a little bit more time, down to the ground, back up, and it's a more standing motion, do 2 or 3 instead of that 4. For the lunge jumps, gonna crank through these pretty quickly. 2, coming into 4 each side. Try on this one, if you start and you know you can do lunge jumps, try to do those lunge jumps that whole time. If you want to take that jump out of it right away, take that jump out of it right away, but really push, if you're hitting those lunge jumps, to crank them through the whole time. And we want to try to break those sets up in as few sets as possible, so trying to hit all 8 in a row. Going to start in 10 seconds, 10 seconds. If you do a backward somersault in that reverse burpee, you've put too much force moving backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Reverse burpee, you got 4 of them. Crank those feet back, boom, push yourself on forward. We want to try to get through at least 4-ish rounds of these. So if at a minute you're at 2, maybe decrease the reverse burpees. Look like you're doing well with them. Brandon, I got to say, this is your go-to exercise, flying through these babies. Good work, good work, good work. Lunge jumps coming on up. This baby's going to get tough fast, though, too. A lot of lower body movement on that reverse burpee each time. Just trying to crank through them, crank through them. Use the hands as much as you need to. If you use one hand on that reverse burpee and you lean to one side, switch up which hand you use. So don't always use the same hand to help you up. I'm weaker on my left side, gonna move slow or more slowly on that side, but really helpful to work both of those sides. You got about a minute left, just a minute left. I know this gets tough, especially on those lunge jumps, but try to minimize as much as you can. This is where you really try to fight through. Even though it's only 2 minutes, you're trying to fight through and work that entire time. Trying to take as little rest as possible. We got a lot longer rest after this baby when we explain that last portion of the workout. Good job, Darylyn, good job. Sarah, Ron, Christine, Yukari, I assume you guys are just rocking it out too. Fantastic work, y'all. You guys got 30 seconds right from here. Get through what you can. Strong on that lunge jump. Like I said, if you started jumping, keep jumping that whole time. 20 seconds here, 20 seconds. Ren, finish all 4 of those. You got 15 seconds to knock out 3 more. Good work, good work. Good lunges, Peggy, too. Keep at them. 10 here, 10 here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Cut them on back. Noah rocking the weight vest too even. I like it. Take your time, y'all, right here. Catch some water. So I'm going to post one more time that last portion of the workout. I don't know how rough that was for y'all, but like I said, when I did that earlier today, that beat the heck out of me real quickly. So one more line of periods. If you have weight, you're going to want to grab them right now. So we're going to be using weight, jump rope, and something to jump on or jump over just for this last portion. So I'm going to go through these slowly as y'all rest. What we're going to be doing is a 12-minute AMRAP. of the reps and movements right from there. So we're going to start off with thrusters. So each movement is going to be 20, save for the double unders down at the end. What I would suggest for this one, if you have 2 weights or a little heavier weight, use them for the thrusters. So we want to start off with something that's pretty tough. So depending wise, I don't think anybody had kettlebells, but here's the idea. You're squatting down, pressing both of those weights up above that head. I'm going to give you a few options right now too. So if you only have 1 weight, 1 kettlebell, you can hold them at the chest, press with both arms, just like we did last week. Or you can option 2, just press it with 1 arm and then switch halfway through. So if you don't have any weight or don't have anything to lift, what I want you to do, down, 20 high squat jumps. Pushing up for height on that baby. So exercise number 2, done these numerous times before, so I'm gonna scoot through them pretty quickly. Coming into a V up. Arms are straight out, legs are straight out, trying to touch into that V position at the top. If you need, start with the arms straight. See how I bend the knees instead of bringing my whole legs backward. Those do get tricky because the legs are pretty tough or tired. So you guys can see I have this set up right here. Generally, I use the box for filming this. So usually if I'd be doing box jump overs, we'd be doing like a 20-inch height or a 24-inch height. This is going to be pretty low, but since it's a little bit lower, I jump up and over it if I need to too. I can still jump on it and over. But if you have something that's really low and you know that you can crank out box jump overs on like a 24-inch height, maybe do 30 reps on this one. Option 2, if you have a step or like a deck overhang and there's like a wall beside it, come into box jumps, just jump them up and off. So next up, moving into lunges. I want you to hold your weight for this one. It's up to you where you hold it. So when I did it earlier, initially had intentions of doing front rack carry. That wasn't going to happen. So I hit 10 one side, 10 the other side. Last 2 movements. We're going to go into a ground to overhead. So with something like a kettlebell or even a dumbbell, can be a little bit tricky. What I would just suggest is you're coming down, dumbbell here, tap it down to the ground, press it up above that head. So a couple options on this baby. If you don't have the range of motion, don't reach too far forward. Just reach down to where you can and right back up. With the kettlebell, what I would suggest, hold them at the hat right here, switch it up into a press. So it's kind of like this little clean, but I don't think anybody actually has kettlebells, so we don't need to worry about that. And then if you have like some type of weird bag or just big object, once again, tap them on the ground, boom, press them up above that head. So finally, we're gonna finish up with double unders, either hitting in to the penguin hops or moving into the full double unders, or you can do single unders. Just stick with 80 single unders if you're gonna do those. So I don't think we need to worry too much about practicing any of the movements or anything. If you don't have a weight, all the movements can do pretty well, save for the ground to overhead. So what I want you to do instead of those, we want to try to work the glutes. I want you to come into a bit of a broad jump. So you're trying to just jump, push those hips forward into that quick jump with the 20 reps. So the movements, 20 thrusters, 20 V-ups, 20 box jump overs or ons, 20 lunges, 20 ground overhead, 80 double unders. What we're gonna do, if you finish the first round before 6 minutes are up, you're gonna stick with the same number of reps. So that probably means you have a little bit lighter weight or you're just ready to rock and roll today. If you have a little bit heavier weight and you're not done with the double unders, by the time we're halfway through, you're gonna decrease everything by 10. or you're gonna have everything. So you're doing 20, 20, 20 all the way through to 80. If you're not done by 6 minutes, then you have everything and do 10s. That doesn't mean you're moving more slowly or anything. It just means that you probably have a weight that's a little bit more appropriate for you, because we want to try to get through this maybe around 2 times, depending on what weight you have. But otherwise, you're working for that full 12 minutes. The difference on this baby is it's going to be a lot longer. Reps are a lot higher. So pace yourself out maybe a little bit more differently too. If you guys have any questions, speak up now or pop them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and get rolling in just a little bit. I'll kind of give you an update too about every minute. Yeah, so I'll give you an update about every minute, wherever you want them. So for the thrusters, depending on what you have, for a dumbbell, I generally like to hold it out here, crank that baby up. Like I said on this one, if you have a little heavier weight or 2 weights for the thrusters, I'd rather have you do these at a little heavier weight or 1 in each arm. So you're just holding something at the chest or 1 in each arm, squat, press them up above that head. Good, Kevin? Perfect. Okay. Pace yourself out on these babies just a little bit too. And like I said, don't worry if you don't hit that first round through in under 6 minutes. We're going to work for 12 minutes regardless. Get through as much as you can. First set, going to start off in 10 seconds. Consistent on those thrusters. I gassed myself up pretty quickly after about 15. That's perfect, Kevin, right there. I don't know what those are, but I think they look like they're pretty good for you too. You want to do these in as few sets as possible. So, going to start that baby up. Grab your dumbbells, get them ready to go. Going to start you up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 20 here, 20 here. These don't have to be so incredibly fast either. Take your time with them. Give me a strong squat each time. And like I said, if you're cranking through these, because a lot of these use that weight, probably just means it's probably a little bit too light for you. And we'd shoot for something a little heavier in the future. Chest is up tall, tall, tall. Squat them on down. Boom, drive that baby up. If you're going to be doing the scaled V-ups with the knees bent, I'd suggest doing them the entire time, not necessarily saying, oh, shoot, my legs are pretty tired right now. They're tough to hold up. I'm going to switch halfway through. Great job, Abby, with that 52. Good work cranking them. Good work cranking them. V-ups are up after those thrusters. V-ups after the thrusters. Yeah. You'll get a little bit of break with that weight once you hit the V-ups too. If you don't have anything to jump over for the box jump overs, just make something up, boom. You're jumping laterally left to right. That's all we're shooting for. Trying to get up nice and tall. Box jump overs after the V-ups. Box jump overs after the V-ups. Soft landing too. We got a decent amount of jumping in this workout. Focus on that soft landing each time. Lunges, I want you to use those weights. Trying to grab them, hold them up high, hold them at the sides into a farmer's carry, whatever's going to work for y'all. This is a lot longer, steady, consistent grind too. Just keep at them, keep at them, keep at them. I'd rather have you do the lunges with the weight and a lot slower than just putting the weight to the side and trying to crank through the lunges as quickly as possible. V-ups, box jump overs. Looks like some of y'all are moving over to the box jump overs. Lunges are after the jump overs. Lunges after the jump overs. If you're right out in place, just jumping left to right. Strong lunge for me each time too. It's sunny as heck out here. Darylyn, it looks like you're working out in the sun too. Sticking strong with them, sticking strong with them. Lunges coming up after those box jump overs. Remember, soft landing, leave with both feet at the same time. land with both feet at the same time too. You don't have to go laterally, just sticking strong with them. You're going into the ground to overhead next. So Thea, if you're in without a weight, you're gonna do that broad jump. So you're gonna go 20 broad jumps, boom. I'd rather have you not go crazy with the distance, just stick steady with the movement too. Keep at them, y'all, keep at them. We're closing in a little bit more. We're past that 3-minute mark right here. Tap that ground if you got them. Push that baby up above that head too. You got ground to overhead after the lunges and then double unders. Tap that weight down to the ground, boom, bring them up above that head. So if you have a jump rope and you are hitting those double unders, that's gonna be really tricky. It's gonna be a heck of a lot of double unders to do. Just try to break them up. They didn't go so well for me the first set through, but just stick with them, stick with them. I would suggest if you don't have that jump rope, still giving me that strong tap each time. Get up nice and tall, up nice and tall. Pushing on past 4 minutes, y'all. So we're a third of the way through, doing a great job. Sticking strong with them, sticking strong with them. And just because I said too, if you're not done with one round after 6 minutes, don't just start slowing down right now just to time it. So you only got to do 10 reps. Even if you go down to 10 reps and you finish through them like that, you're just going to keep working for that whole 12 minutes. You got double unders next, Kevin, if you hit the ground overhead already. There you go, good, good, good. I'll be that 50 looks like a good weight for you too. Keep them cranking. You got ground to overhead after the lunges, Abby, and then you're gonna move on to double unders. Double unders are the only one that are different. We got 80 reps. Keep that weight close to the body on the ground to overhead. Don't just start popping yourself down and using that back. Use both those arms if you got them, boom. Keep it tight to that body. Chest is up nice and tall too. Keep them fighting, y'all. Keep them fighting. Good, Thea. Keep at them too. Sticking steady with them. We got 45 seconds left till we're halfway out. If you don't finish that first round, like I said, just keep moving through until you do. So then once you finish the double unders, you crank right back into the thrusters. Good work, Peggy. Cranking out 20 reps again. So your goal now, we don't have too much time to spare. Your goal is to get through this whole thing one more time. That's going to be tough, but just try to drive through and get through what you can. Same thing. The goal is to try to get through them one more time. Press, extend those elbows out all the way up above that head. 5 seconds and we're halfway. 5 seconds and we're halfway right here. 3, 2, 1, keep them moving. We got 6 minutes left, 6 minutes left. If you got that bag, when you finish that ground to overhead, you shouldn't be looking down at the ground. So I should be down into that squat right here, looking a little bitsy forward, keep it tight to that body, press that baby up above that head, 2. I'll be really focused since you're doing snatches. Nice, strong core for me too. Core is nice and tight that whole time. Protect that back. Keep them steady. Keep them steady. You guys got less than 5.5 minutes here. So a lot of you are kind of getting through those double unders, kind of starting to crank through the thrusters back again. Get in. You're only going 10 reps this time. So with those 10 reps, I want you to try to push through them quickly. Try to do each one in one set. I know y'all are pretty tired right now. This was a rough workout, but just trying to stick consistent, stick consistent. Keep at him, Kevin, too. Keep at him. Good jumps, Darylyn, good jumps. You guys are up at less than 5 minutes. Keep rolling, Abby, too. Doing well, doing well, doing well. Fight as much as you can to get through as much as you can of those 10 reps. Kevin, I don't know where you finished at, but if you finished right at that 6 minute mark, I'd go to 10 reps from that point. After you hit the thrusters, you're back down into the V-ups, back down into the V-ups. Good work, Thea, too. Sticking strong with him here. Catch your breath on those double unders if you're hitting them, and then boom, come on back in. Keep at him, Noah. Doing a great job through those thrusters. You got 4 minutes. I don't know where you're at, Noah, on that work, but get through them, get through them, get through them. If you're hitting all 20 again, try to get through as much as you can. Thea, you're probably going to get through those double unders again, so just scoot back around into the thrusters one last time. On your third set, if you make it, dump the reps down to 10. But keep at them, keep at them, keep at them. You guys got less than 3.5 minutes to work. I always see people are now at the point where they're all at different exercises, and I can see all these people walking up to their screen, not quite knowing what's next. Sometimes I don't know where y'all are at. 3 left, 3 left, 3 left. Got no more burpees out here too. Just keep on pushing through. Guys have done an awesome job thus far too. Consistently coming this whole time. Just stick with them. Push out towards this end. If you're into those 10 rep ranges, crank through them as much as you can. Use that little bit of time to transition. Keep fighting, Peggy. Get as much jump rope through as you can. When you finish those jump ropes, Peggy, too, on that third set, decrease everything by half. So regardless of where you're at, you're going to go down to those 10 reps. Everybody else, just stick with them and just keep on grinding. Keep on grinding. On those ground overhead, big key. This one you can use those hips a little bit more, but remember, drive the hips and glutes forward. Activate through those glutes. If you're into a little bit less of a squat, a little bit more of a hip hinge, use those glutes. Maybe slow down the ground to overhead a little bit, because these ones are kind of easy, not to get lazy on, but just to get sloppy on and start to reach with that back. Same thing, Ren, when you finish that set of double unders, crank them back around, decrease everything by 10. So try to get through the thrusters, get through 10 V-ups, finish what you can. We got 1.5 minutes left, 1.5 minutes left. If you are on your third round and you've done 2 sets of 20 already, finish up with a set of 10. Almost done, guys, almost done. When you're doing a lot of these reps and using that weight for a lot of time, there's a huge difference between a 30-pound weight and a 35-pound weight, or a 30 and a 40. Even though it's only 10 or 5 pounds, it makes a big difference when you're doing a lot of reps and moving over a lot of movement too. Great job, Peggy, great job. Fight after him, Thea, too. We are almost done, almost done. You got 1 last minute, 1 last minute. Goal from right here is to not stop moving, even if they're a little bit slower. Catch that breath really quick. You don't have to go all out for these last 45 seconds. I know y'all are tired. It's tough to go 100% right at that very end. Pace yourself for just a bit, and then crank them for maybe the last 20 or 30. Good. Keep fighting through. Awesome lunges, Abby, too. Good finish on that jump rope, Kevin. Less than 30 seconds right here. So now's the time. Boom, crank them on back up. Think about that work that you were doing during those 2-minute AMRAPs. Up that speed, up that pace a little bit. Boom, still keep that form though for me. 15 seconds left, 15 seconds left. Fight them through. Keep after them, Kenna. Good work, Noah, too. Boom, keep cranking that snatch back and forth. You guys just got 5 seconds left. Almost done, Darylyn. Good work, Christy, Yukari, Sarah, Ron. Boom, 3, and relax, relax, relax. Ease yourself on back. Pop that weight down. Catch your breath. High five the screen. If you want, I feel really stupid doing that sometimes, but it still works. Still helpful. Great job onto that one, guys. There you go, Ren. That was a nice high five. I'll take that. Catch your breath on that, baby, right there. Guys did really well. You're cranking through some of those 20 sets at a pretty good pace, too. So a lot of times with that type of workout, too, it kind of depends. Maybe doing more reps at a lighter weight is better for you. Some people doing that heavier weight and then dropping down to 10. We just want to kind of adjust the reps. So if you had a really heavy weight, I just didn't want you to get stuck back on the second set of 20 thrusters again, because I know how that feels, and it's pretty damn tough, pretty damn difficult to get through. But great job, everybody, with toughest exercise, or what was the toughest portion out of that? 12-minute AMRAP, or was it any of the first ones too? I thought those first 3 AMRAPs kind of cranked me pretty solidly. Anybody wants to type what they thought their toughest part was in the comments, feel free to. Otherwise, you can just get the heck out of here. It is Friday afternoon. Stretch out for just a bit if anybody wants to stick around. Box jumps in all caps, Peggy. I'll take that. I think those box jumps get after you pretty quickly. Yeah, Abby, when I did my first set, I think I was at about 10 or 11. I was like, I'm going to crank through all these babies 20 in a row. And after about 12, 13, I was like, okay, I can rest a little bit. And after 15, I was like, I'm putting these bastards down on the ground. I'm going to take a little bit of time. And I also think my legs didn't work on the V-ups, and I could really only use them for about 5 V-ups in a row. The burpees and the mountain climbers, I thought those were tough too, right out of the gate. After 2 rounds, I was like, yeah, I wasn't too happy with this combo, but I thought that whole workout worked out pretty well. Since everybody seems like they're sitting down on the ground, you can stay down on the ground. Let's pop feet out nice and wide. You can just lean yourself forward. Take some nice big deep breaths right here. 2, good chance to just catch that breath. Rotate out to one side. Keep yourself up nice and tall. 2, you can just use the ground to help twist. Rotate through that torso. Switch them up other side. I think this is actually the first workout all term too that I didn't trip on anything, so I'm gonna give some props to myself for that one. 3, 2, 1, relax, lay yourself on back, pull one knee into the chest. We're gonna pull them to the outside just a bit right here. If you wanna pull up the ankle too, stretching through that outside of the hip. Pull across that body then too. Switch them up to the other leg, so pulling that opposite leg in. Knee's gonna be a little bit further out to the side. Same thing, just pulling the opposite leg across the body right now. Try to keep that torso facing pretty upright, trying to stretch through that torso too just a bit. 3, 2, 1, relax. I want you just to come on down into a little set of a hugging yourself, and then we're just gonna come into a set of arm swings, forearm swings, and then give yourself back a nice little hug too. Can I assume your phone overheated since you're working outside? That's what happened to Calvin like every single time I think that he had been in here. It's pretty dang hot outside. 2, 3, 2, 1, relax. Just a couple more and then we'll get you on out. Interlock those hands into a little bit of a lunge. We're trying to stretch through this back hip flexor, push that hip forward, and then stretch through the back of the shoulder, the shoulders too. So my arms are relaxed, trying to open through that whole front of the body. 3, 2, 1. Switch them up, same thing other side. And relax. Let's cut them there. We'll end you guys on out. Say it all the time, but I'll say it again. That little stretch after the workout, not going to do too crazy much. Stop by, hit some yoga, or just hit some flexibility, mobility on your own. Go out for yoga twice a week in that email I've sent out. Everybody knows this already. I don't know why I continue to ramble on, but use the links in the email I sent you if you want to check out yoga. We are looking at changing this class so next week is week 10 in Oregon's term. We are looking to change this class to 12 p.m. for the summer. So we just move it ahead 3 hours since it is Friday afternoon, try to get you guys rolling in and out a little bit earlier. But if you have any feedback for that, feel free to email me. We'll take that into consideration too. But most likely next week we'll be at 3 back again, and then looking to do noon after that for about another month. But otherwise, awesome job, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend. Get on outside a bit, enjoy some sun. Give yourself props too, because that was a tough workout that y'all got through. So super job, everybody. Adios.
Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, Andy.